Hey everyone, welcome to ChattaBox Reviews. I'm Stan with my lovely wife Tania, and we just got out of Spectre. We're going to give you a quick spoilers-free review, and then we're going to cut over to a spoilers review. I'll pretty much start this off with just, I liked it. It's not as great as Skyfall, and it's not as like hardcore as, Casino Royale. But I thought, the characters were there. Like, we see Q and Miss Moneypenny and all, the typical, Bond, characters coming in there and stuff. But I think the story wasn't really, sort of fleshed out. There was some things in there that I really did dig, where you sort of see in Casino Royale, he's a young agent. He's just been given the license to kill and stuff. And then we see, we can ignore Quantum of Solace because that wasn't really that good. Really, Skyfall was, can he, stay, in this current world, in this young generation of, young spies and, espionage and assassins and stuff. And we see him kind of come through in that. And then, in this one, seems like they were trying to wrap it up, but at the same time, sort of, in classic Bond form, pay tribute to a lot of the previous Bonds. But that's sort of how I felt. What did you think of?
You know what? I agree with you. It was a good movie, has funny quips, it's entertaining. I would definitely recommend watching it in the cinemas. I did find it a little bit long. I did get a little bit bored here and there, and
Well, I mean, the car chases and the fight scenes. There's a train fight scene that's brilliant on this. I really did kind of hold my breath a few times during that. But the classic car chases, they did put a lot into it and stuff, and just the little quips and stuff I did dig, classic Bond nature. I'm oh yeah, this is kind of cool. But if I had to kind of sum this up with the previous Bond films,
it doesn't match up to the previous Bonds.
Yeah,
Not for me.
Well, for me, I kind of think it's my favorite is Skyfall. Second, is Casino Royale, but even that's neck and neck with Skyfall. Yeah. Then there's this. Then there's Quantum of Solace. This is far better to me than Quantum of Solace. I really enjoyed this,
Fair enough.
and I think it is a cinema movie for me. Yeah, you won't miss anything if you do watch it on DVD. But at the same time, it is kind of nice to sort of see things in a sense wrap up, if this is, in fact, Daniel Craig's last Bond film. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
But for spoilers, I will just say, they don't utilize the females very well at all. I found it, they could have done a lot more with them than just have them kind of be damsels, but not really. So it was just kind of a little short for me, considering Skyfall and Casino Royale's females were really, really good compared to this one's. Yeah, the villain, doesn't really cut it for me either. I mean, Skyfall's villain was so much better.
Well, we'll get into spoilers now-ish. We'll pretty much for the spoiler-free. Yes, this was really cool and stuff, but not really that huge. But yeah, we'll get into spoilers now. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, and you want to be safe for it, just turn it off now or pause it and then watch the spoiler review after, and we'll start that up now-ish.
Cool.
All right, we're back with the spoilers. I think Dave Bautista, who's playing a henchman in this, I felt like he was underused because he's killed off and he only has one line, one word in the movie. But I think kind of less is more. He had such a presence, oh man, how the hell is Bond going to fight this guy? And they tear that train apart, something fierce. The car chase was kind of it was nice to watch. Bond's, got Dave Bautista chasing after him. Could have had a few more cars that Bond was taking out on the way, but there was a lot of talk about how they had a lot of production problems with money. It would have cost $150 million or something ridiculous, and Sony had to cut the cost down. And now the rumor is that Sony's losing the rights to this. This is the last time, unless they can get it back. But Daniel Craig's he might be contracted to do one more after this, but he's kind of made it really clear, a little bit bitter in some of his interviews, that he might come back, but he's not too happy about the way things have been handled by the studio. What did you think, like, so far? Like?
Yeah, well, I didn't really, to be honest, I was confused. I walked out of the cinema being confused. I didn't really understand how the story lined up at all. I thought it was very messy. It's a good movie, good scope, good, kind of scenes and stuff. I just thought the story kind of fell short.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand, why it was the way it was.
I mean, there was funny bits in it, and there was things that you were kind of like, oh yeah, classic Bond sort of deal with, like him and Q, like back and forth, and him and M, like, you know.
Or like, say, in the beginning, he meets that older Bond lady that were going on about for ages, saying, oh, finally we're going to have an older Bond lady in here, and they utilize her for what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, it was a little bit
don't
weird.
See her again.
Her husband gets killed by Bond, and he was a bad guy, and she knows he was a bad guy, and she's kind of like, well, he's gone now, and now I'm pretty much got a hit on me. Yep. Bond's like, I'll protect you, but like 5 seconds in movie time, he nails her. And then he like kind of leaves it, and she's gone for the rest of the movie. She's not there. She kind of serves like no purpose. They could have kind of cut that out of the whole movie,
save some time,
and had him like kind of follow up some information or something, like no pun intended. He pumps her for information, but I kind of like, the real problem I had was like coming off Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible. That utilized every single character. It was a team. This one is a Bond film, so they try to sort of stay focused on Bond, mixing the elements of the previous films with this one, and I just could not get behind some of the decisions they made. But like I said, they had a few production problems and stuff. And
yeah, well, at least they tried. But yeah, I just, all in all, didn't really care.
I mean, I liked at the end when he's like, looking the bad guy in the face, and he's just like, take the shot, and like, what are you waiting for? And then he's just like out of bullets. He has that realization of like, I don't have to kill. Like, I got my man, and I can.
I needed that to be explained to him. I'm like, well, why is he? Is the bad guy going to shoot him, or is he going to shoot the girl?
Yeah.
But nothing.
Like, pretty much, I think that him driving off into the sunset, it's like, well, this kind of brings it full circle. This is Bond's end, like, where he's like, you know what, I can walk away from a life of this and kind of settle down with this girl, and she's got a bit of a rough past, he's got a pretty brutal past, and
I wish they utilised that female a lot more, that he ends up with. They explain that she's an assassin's daughter, that she's had some training, that she knows how to wield guns, but she doesn't like guns. He says a quote in there where it's like,
he wasn't an assassin. He was like a bad guy who worked for that bad organization, and basically he wanted out because they were kind of going too far, and he wanted his daughter not to have to deal with a life of this. But without question, she's got to be part of it, and sort of the way that Bond is sort of like drags her back into this life, and she's sort of like, I don't really want to be part of this, and she walks away, and Bond's kind of like, well, I've got a duty, like, I'm committed to my country, and I've got to do this and take this guy down, and like that short, like Judi Dench getting a small cameo in this.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I did like that bit.
Brilliant way to kind of bring that back in, with her sort of like, she's the one that sends him on the mission again when he plays that video and he watches that. So I liked that. I kind of wasn't happy with Moneypenny. She doesn't even fire a gun in this.
Yeah, she's just a pencil pusher in this one.
So like, yeah, she's just a desk jockey, and that was about it for her. Q was kind of interesting to a point where it was like, well, he gets pursued after on that, elevator on the ski lodge thing, but the bad guys who are after him lose him, and they just cut it, like nothing
comes of that. You just cut to Q in his hotel room.
They did have M, I forget his name, but like he kind of has a really cool kind of moment in it. he has a little bit more to do. But all in all, like, I like this, but at the same time, compared to Casino Royale and compared to Skyfall, I didn't like it. But that's the thing, like, I could watch this again, but I think
I would have to understand.
It wouldn't be at the cinemas. I'd have to, like, you know, watch it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever and just rewind it to kind of go, all right, yeah, I kind of get this now, but...
Yeah, it's a good movie to go see in the cinemas, but yeah, like you said, compared to all the other Bond movies, probably not up to par.
Yeah, and like that's like you'd have to see it to kind of get where we're sort of coming from, but like this is the first time we've seen it, and you know, who knows, you might like it, but like I really did kind of like it and think this is cool, but at the same time I'm sort of like, well, it's not as good as the others, but yeah, pretty much.
Let us know what you think, and just comment below, and hopefully you have the same views. If not, awesome.
Yeah, you can hit us up on Instagram, Twitter,
and
YouTube,
Facebook.
and Facebook. Yeah, but yeah, from us, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.